them. And I think what happened was head coach Tom Botello just threw a couple people in there on Reardon, just enough to hold them. And right now the Durfee Hilltoppers is still alive with 8:29 to play.
And they are tucked away deep in their own territory. They have to be careful. A sack and a safety can really put them away. Furtado brings them out. Costa wide to the left. They're going to hand it up the middle and grind out 3 or 4 yards. And I wasn't able to see who that was. 19, Tony Resendez for the Hilltoppers.
So a big play right here now for the Dartmouth Indians defense. They know that they have the Durfee Hilltoppers pinned deep. They know that if Durfee is going to score, they're going to have to take the ball 98 yards. And that is a tough assignment right now for a team that is playing a better team in Dartmouth and a team that has had a tough time. They lost against Barnstable last week by a huge score. And I think they're going to have to go with the short pass a little bit. The problem is when you throw that much, you can't throw for 98 yards. It's dangerous.
True. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 8, deep in their own territory. Tim Furtado brings them out. Chris Costa set wide to the left. He's going to go back to pass. He looks for the loft. He's got Plant. Picked up and dropped by 36, Steve Roberge. And Furtado just lofted that one up there for Plant to run under, Paul.
And it might have been just a little bit underthrown. Number 24, Roger Plant, looked like he was slowing down just a little bit. It looked as if he had his defenders beat if the ball was a little bit in front of him. And had he been able to receive that ball at about the 25-yard line, he would have been able to take that to the 50 anyway before being caught by the people that were pursuing him. It was a good play right there by Steve Roberge from the Dartmouth point of view. He would have liked to have brought that in.
He could have had that one.
And he could have had that. Would have killed Durfee, though.
Oh, yeah.
To have them intercept the ball at the 20-yard line.
Well, he knows we want to see a close game.
That's right. We don't care who wins. We just want it to be close.
Right, exactly. Okay, Furtado brings him out. Costa set wide to the left, Plant to the right. He's going to go back to pass again. He's got time. He looks downfield. He throws, and it is knocked away by 36, Steve Roberge. The intended receiver was number 25, Mark Feidelberg, and a nice defensive play on the part of the Indians going to bring up 3rd and long.
And also in there, number 56, Sean Raposa, who was also all over the intended receiver. Good defense by the Dartmouth Indians. They really knew that it was a passing situation at that point with the 3rd and long.
Now it's going to bring up 4th and long.
And now it's 4th and long. So, I mean, they were looking for the pass, and now Durfee has to punt the ball away, and the Dartmouth Indians will get excellent field position with time still ticking away here in the 4th quarter down to 8:31.
Okay. Back deep for the Indians is number 45, Todd Thacker, who's had a great game today, and also number 19, Shane Dakin. Alex Byers is getting ready to kick. He boots it away, and it's going to be Dakin at about, he tips it away, and he's got to get that ball. He's driving back all the way, and finally stopped by number 1, Dave Martin's all the way back at the 39-yard line, Paul. Kind of a mental mistake on the part of the Indians.
So that's a big play right there for the Durfee Hilltoppers. They know that if they can hold the Dartmouth Indians offense right here, they'll get the ball back and then have time, hopefully from their point of view, to get back into this ball game. It's a big play right here for the Durfee Hilltopper defense. They really have to hold Dartmouth. And they're up. They have to be up at this point. They're playing right with Dartmouth right now.
So that was a 55-yard exchange. Although he tipped it back, the punt doesn't get credit for that far. But Burkness brings him out. Civil comes in motion. He's going to hand up right up the middle to Reardon, and he's brought down by, as Paul says, a whole host of Durfee Hilltoppers. Nice play by the defense. It's going to bring up 2nd down and about 7.
And once again, Matt Reardon managing to pick up at least 2 more yards than what you would have thought by watching that. They piled up all over him, not as much as they piled him up at the goal line, of course, because at this point they don't have to defend it that tightly, but a good job right there of Matt Reardon. As we said, 6 feet, 185 pounds, and he's a good fullback, the kind of fullback that can barrel through for the extra yards. Good power up the middle for Dartmouth.
Burkness is going to go back to pass. He looks down. He's got number 48 for a 1st down, and that's finally brought down by number 81 and number 10, number 10, Tim Furtado.
There you go. Peter Crane, yeah, he comes out every once in a while and makes a reception, and he's the guy that's not in our program.
I know.
But he made a nice catch right there, and it's a 1st down, and Dartmouth is on the move.
Play. Exactly, because
and here comes the replay.
Take a look at this one again.
There you see Burkness now. He's looking downfield. There's nobody around. Look at him. He's all by himself. The nearest guy is number 81, and he was nowhere near him.
Okay, back to the action, and Shane Dakin's going to take it around the left side on a quick counter play. He's going to gain about 8 yards, and I like the play selection of the Dartmouth Indians. They're passing it. They're moving the ball on the run. You got to like that.
Well, some may think it's too early to be concerned about the clock, but, you know, the Dartmouth Indians are running the ball well. They run the ball well all game. They're not a throwing team. They use Reardon up the middle. They put Dakin and Civil on the outside. If they can run the ball, get the yardage they want, get closer to the end zone, they're eating up the clock all at the same time.
Okay, Berkness brings them out. Robert's set wide to the right. Shane Dakin's in motion. He's going to hand off right up the middle to Reardon, and that's going to be another Dartmouth first down.
Clock continuing to wind down. 6:43 now left here in the fourth quarter, and the Dartmouth Indians are continuing to roll. As you see, the Dartmouth cheerleaders are really helping the cause here.
While we have a moment, I'd like to thank another one of our sponsors, Blackstone Snack Foods. Thanks to the folks at Blackstone and all the other sponsors who were able to bring you this telecast.
So the Indians are on the move here, Alex.
They are.
And I think it's, as the game goes on and as Dartmouth continues to move the ball, it's beginning to look more and more insurmountable for Durfee, but they're still only down by 6.
All right, with 6:24 left to play, Berkness brings about Dakin in motion. They're going to bring it to Civil around the right side. He's got running run up the middle. And he's going to rip off a gain of about 10 yards. He's finally brought down by Tim Furtado, a busy guy today.
Tim Furtado has been able to run the ball as well as anybody else in that Durfee Hilltopper backfield. And right there, he's making his face shown on defense.
That's right. Bringing
the runner down, but not until another Dartmouth first down.
So the clock winds down to about 6 minutes left to play. And let's take a look at the line of scrimmage this time, and let's see who's winning at the point of attack. We talked about it, and it's important at the beginning of the game and also at the end when it's close. Berkness brings them out. Civil comes in motion to the right, and it's handed off up the middle to Reardon, and he's finally brought down after about a gain of 10. And that was number 74, Tom Desnoyers for the Hilltoppers.
And the Dartmouth Indians, they have to rely on Matt Manise filling in for Brian Staliga. Brian Staliga really made his presence felt in the last few games that we've done here on Channel 13. Matt Manise filling in tackle. You got Andy Simpson, the other tackle, big number 71. Andy Wheaton and Sean McGuire, the guards, and center Jeff Glacier are making the job much easier for Matt Reardon, who picks up the extra 2 or 3 by himself, and then you put up the big holes by the offensive line, even better.
Second and short from about the 10-yard line. Berkness is going to keep it around the left end himself. He's going to pick up enough for a first down, and I believe it's going to be first and goal for the Indians again with 5 minutes to go in the game. Up 6 points, as Paul mentioned a moment ago. Things are starting to look a little insurmountable, as they say, for the Hilltoppers.
And a good job right there by number 17, the quarterback, John Berkness. He was rolling to the left, and he saw Shane Dakin, number 19, way out to the left on the option. Had he pitched it to Dakin, Dakin might have been able to go much farther than he could, but the thing was he saw the first down line right in front of him. And being a good quarterback that he is, he decided to play it safe, hold the ball, and dive in for the first down.
So it's going to be first and goal from about the 5-yard line. Berkness brings him out in the wishbone. He's going to hand off to Dakin. He's going to dive across to about the 1-yard line, a gain of 4, and a nice run and a nice set of blocking by the Dartmouth Indian offensive line.
And they send, of course, the big fullback, number 23, Matt Reardon, who can block as well as he can carry the ball. And you have number 19, Shane Dakin, follow him over a very good offensive line that has played very well against Durfee today. And now there's only 1 yard to go for another touchdown.
And a Durfee player down on the field.
And that, of course, is an official's timeout with 4:27 left here in the fourth quarter. Hopefully not a serious injury out there. They're being attended to right now by the trainer, Paul Peliquin. They want to say it wrong. That's
Paul's a good guy, too. Very in tune to the athletics at Durfee High, and he also helps these kids rehabilitate their injuries and through sports medicine, getting them back into shape. Richard Kitchen, who we talked about earlier, was a running back for Durfee. Hurt himself in the opening Jamboree Day game and hurt his knee pretty bad. And then you go into the Durfee locker room after school and you see Paul working with Rich, trying to get his leg back into shape. Rich is also a pitcher for the Durfee Hilltoppers come springtime, so they're hoping that Richie can get back in shape for that.
Looks like number 75, Dave Medeiros, right there for the Durfee Hilltoppers, 5'9", 180 pounds, the junior, and they're escorting him off the field right now. Thank goodness it looks like he's going to be okay.
He looks okay. And while we have a chance, we'd like to thank our director-producer, Jim Donnelly, for bringing you all these fine pictures, our camera people, Joe Fagundes, Manuel Bernardo, Emmanuel Morera, Tony Santos, and our engineers, Rhett Van Briesbrook and Manny Ferreira. These guys are making it happen technically, and we thank you. And we also like to say, Paul and I, we talk about the pictures we bring you. These pictures are great, so thanks very much to our folks at Channel 13.
And there we see all the different technicians.
Okay, here we go. Burkness brings him out in the wishbone again. He's going to keep it himself around the right end, and he's going to scamper in for a touchdown with 4:02 left to play. Dartmouth takes a 12-0 lead, and now they're going to be going for the extra point. Durfee's going to have to work some magic to get back into this ball game, Paul.
John Burkness right there, a heads-up quarterback for the Dartmouth Indians. He saw the room to the outside. And we're going to describe the play a little bit to you. The handoff, no handoff actually. John Burkness keeping the ball that time. He faked the handoff and then just ran it around the outside. And that was a good call right there by head coach Carlin Lynch, because we haven't seen the Dartmouth Indians run to the outside throughout the game today. The majority of the ball carrying has been up the middle and to Matt Reardon, the power fullback, and he's been moving the ball very well. And I think they had the Durfee defense just leaning to the middle just enough so that Burkness could sprint to the outside and take it in. And it is now 12-0, and the two-point conversion again, as Colin Lynch always goes for.
And why not when you have a running attack like they do? Burkness brings him out in the wishbone formation. He's going to do, this is the same play. He's going to cut it up the middle, and he's in for the 2 points to make the score. 14 for Dartmouth, nothing for Durfee. 4:02 left to play. We talked about it before, and as Dandy Don says, well...
Going to start singing again?
Not yet, not yet. There's still 4 minutes to play. Okay, the fans, the cheerleaders, people are excited. And while we have a chance, another one of our sponsors to thank, Slade Formals. Get all your tuxedo rentals there, make it Slade.
And the Durfee, or actually the Dartmouth High School cheerleaders, are getting the fans going here. The band is playing. They're doing a great job here getting the fans. There you see them. They're half up and half down. They're excited.
They're chilly. We're starting to get a little chilly here.
Yeah, they start clapping. All the people around us start clapping. The warmth is going to generate throughout the stands here. They know, these fans and the cheerleaders know that Dartmouth probably should have had this game a little earlier, but they came out in the second half. They did what they had to do to get win number 6, and with 4:02 left, it's going to be tough.
You also have to credit Durfee. They've hung tough today. They've moved the ball well. We talked about it. It's not like they can't move the ball. They get to the points where they can score. They just can't punch it in. And on defense, I think these guys are starting to get a little tired out there. That might also have something to do with it. Big number 82, Tim Bradford, gets set to kick for the Indians. Back deep for Durfee is number 19, Tony Resendez. Bradford with the kick. It's going to be Resendez at about the 20. He brings it up straight up the middle and is hit and brought down at about the 34, 35-yard line, where the Durfee Goldtoppers will take over 1st and 10 with 3:56 left to play. And, you know, sometimes, Paul, it's easier to move the ball when there's less time on the clock. That's how 2-minute drills are effective. I think, you know, 1 or 2 completions, and that might help Durfee get down and possibly score.
Well, with only 3:56 left, you might see the Dartmouth Indians getting a little bit conservative. Right. They're going to drop back in a 3-deep zone maybe a little bit, maybe give Furtado the shot pass, and hopefully from their point of view, the time will wind down.
Okay, out of the shotgun formation, it's Furtado. He looks downfield, and broken up by number 47 for Matt Manch for, that was a nice play for the Indians.
And he saw that pass coming, and he did the same thing that Thatcher did before. He was about 5 yards away from the receiver, the intended receiver, and he just went full force in the direction of the end zone, hopefully to pick it off and run, as Thatcher had done in the first half. Nothing doing, but it is a 2nd down and 10 for Durfee, clocked at 3:51.
Okay, it's Furtado in the shotgun formation. Costa set wide to the right. That's plant to the... Oh, it's a fumble snap. Furtado regains possession. He looks, he throws. It's Resendez. He's going to cut it upfield, and it's going to be a gain of 1. A nice regain of the ball by Tim Furtado as he had the wherewithal to grab the ball, step and throw, and nice play.
That was a tough play for Tim Furtado. The snap was a good 2 feet over his head, over his fingers, actually. He leaped up. We're going to watch it again. Now watch the snap. Oh, he can't get that. Right over his fingertips. He goes back to the 10-yard line, very cautiously picks up the ball and hits Resendez as he goes around the right-hand side. That is a good play by a quarterback who's keeping his cool under pressure. It would have been very easy to just lose it back there and fumble the ball even more, but he picked up the ball very coolly, hit Resendez.
Okay, it's Furtado out of the shotgun. He looks deep to Costa and is underthrown. It's going to bring up